In 97, when I came to Montreal, it was during the August season, and that was the period when Raghavendra Swamiji's Aradhana came. Some friends of mine there wanted, okay, anyway, you are giving lectures on Raghavendra Swamiji, why we should not celebrate Raghavendra Aradhana? 1997, I am telling you. I said, okay, we will celebrate Raghavendra Aradhana, but do you have any photograph? At that time, none of them they had any photograph of Raghavendra Swamiji. Then I told, okay, I will just make a call to Bangalore, let them send it by cargo, courier, cargo courier. Then it will reach within 3-4 days. You can do. So I telephoned to somebody, and a huge, very huge Raghavendra Swamiji's photograph was folded and it was sent and it was received in Montreal. In Montreal, some of you know my friends. There, Vijay Kumar, Professor Vijay Kumar, Mathematics Professor of Montreal University, then Janardhan Iyengar, then Shankar Rao, our Parameshwar, but in fact they were all introduced me to Toronto and the Kannada Sangha people from there, from Montreal. So they told, we will get this huge Raghavendra Swamiji's photo framed. Then they also took me in the car. We went, myself, Shankar Rao, Janardhan Rao, and Vijay Kumar. We went to one photographer, one photo frame person. He was a French Canadian. By birth, he was a French person. He settled in Montreal. He was a French Canadian. Doesn't know anything about India. Doesn't know anything about Indian culture, Hindu culture, anything like that. Then they showed this huge photograph, asked him whether you can frame it, and we want it in 3 days. We are having the celebration, the divine person. Then he said there are 3 types: one deluxe frame, one normal frame, one economy. Which you want? Few charges. Then they wanted bargain. Okay, he is a very great person, he is a noble person, and if you just do this work, you will be blessed like that. You will have all the prosperity, you will have very good health. So just to bargain, they told all that. You believe him, you have the faith in him, then you will solve all your problems, but reduce the price. That is the purpose. They said, all those are statements, your statements. I am a businessman, I mean my business, and business is my business, and I mean my business. You want deluxe, you want normal, you want economy. Order it, give that once and go. Then they understood this fellow is a hard fellow, we can't do anything. Okay, they said economy, do it. So they said that day after tomorrow evening we want this. We wait. Next day morning there was a telephone call. Next day early morning there was a telephone call to these 2 people, Shankar Rao and Janardhan Iyengar. None of them they responded. Then they told me that possibly that fellow wants advance, that is why he is pestering us. In the evening there was once again the 2-3 reminders from him, and they did not respond. On that night I had lecture at some place in Montreal, and all them they were there. At 10:30, that French Canadian, just second day, earlier they had given, that 10:30 he brings that huge frame in the vehicle, he brings that, and he said, since morning I have been calling you, nobody responded, why? They told, after 3 days you told you are giving October, you are about to come. I have given so much of calls, you don't respond. Then he brought all that. They were shocked and they were surprised to see he has given a luxury deluxe frame he has given for that, which is 3 times costlier than what economy model or potentially had given. Then they said, no, we have not given order for this, it is so costly and all that. Then that fellow started narrating his experience. He said, it happened in Montreal. That incident also I have written in this book. He said, you told that he is a very great person, he is a mystical person, and if you have the faith, if you have the confidence, whosoever you are, whichever race, whichever nationality, whichever region, whichever religion, whichever language you have, whichever beliefs you have still, if you have belief in this person, and if you fall at his feet, make the prayer, you pray to him, he will come to your rescue and he will solve all your problems. You told about that, you told about sincerely, you told it so seriously, you told it with so effectively, it registered in my mind. Even after your departure, I was thinking about this great man, this holy man. You told so much about this fellow, this person with so much of pride and devotion. I had a sincere problem. I am in Montreal, I had married to a lady and I had one house, and now that the lady had gone and applied for divorce and she wanted the house as a compensation for divorce, and all my life saving was only in the house, and if that house is given to that lady, I will be virtually in the street except paying the rent for this and occasional income every day. Nobody will come for framing. So virtually I am going to become a street fellow. All the days I had this problem, this ordeal. So yesterday when this photo came, I made a prayer. I begged at this holy person, sort out this problem, solve me from this problem. Please make me to overcome from this ordeal of losing the home and losing the life and losing the future. Save me, save me. Just I fell at the feet of the photo. Then what happened? He said, this early morning, today early morning, I got a telephone call from the attorney of my wife. She has forgotten everything in the past. She wanted to have a comfortable and normal life with me. She will not demand anything like home, anything. And his attorney said, she wants to speak to you, be permit. Then immediately I was happy. She talked to me. Now this problem is solved, matter is settled, and this is my presentation to you. Don't give anything to her. He is a French Canadian, and it happened in Canada. And any number of such examples I can give you. And it is not anybody, you may be a great scholar, a great Pandit. For example, Swamiji's own son, Mantralaya Raghavendra Swamiji Suyamendra Tirtha's own son, Raja Gururacharya, on whom I have written a detailed biography book. He was Divan of Mantralaya. He was completely in charge of the entire Mantralaya affairs. He was one of the greatest scholars. He has done very huge books. In fact, today, all the stories on Raghavendra, books on Raghavendra, films on Raghavendra, serials on Raghavendra, episodes on Raghavendra throughout the world has come from his books. He was the first person who has written that original theme, message, stories, events, episodes, incidents in the lives of Raghavendra in detail. And that was a trigger for all the people. And when he was the Divan of Mantralaya, Swamiji ordered to Godrej Company to bring a huge, highly secured, highly safe, high gauge almirahs. Godrej was becoming popular in India at the time. So they ordered, and Godrej Company proprietor was an ardent Bhakta of Raghavendra Swamiji. So they prepared the almirahs with such a special gauge, even if 100 robbers come and give a hammering to that, it should not break. That is how they prepared it. And it was sent to Mantralaya with all the mechanics. It arrived, mechanics were happy, Swamiji was happy, and Raja Gururacharya went with one of his assistants to examine that. And all the mechanics, they were so much trained, they gave the entire bunch of keys of all the almirahs, and they went to Tungabhadra river taking the bath. Then Raja Gururacharya, he took the bunch and he held that here, he kept that with him, and just to examine, he went into one of the almirahs along with another person and closed the almirah doors from within. He was there within. It was automatic door. Automatically it was closed. All the keys were with him. And immediately another man was seen, informed Swamiji. Swamiji came there and all the people came. They tried to open it, they tried to break it, and they summoned the mechanic. Mechanics came and they told, even if 100 very strong people come and give a blow, it will not break. The best thing is you telephone to Bombay, immediately they will prepare duplicates, you give. Then somebody has to bring it in the flight. At minimum 24 hours or 30 hours it will take. Then the local people said, 30 hours, these two people, they are already suffocated, they are going to die. By the evening, thousands of people, they gathered there. Then in the evening, Swamiji went near Vrindavan and told, it is not because the blood relationship or not because he is my son that I am making a demand. If a person who has served in Mantralaya, if a person who has served directly Raghavendra Swamiji Vrindavan, if he is not rescued by Raghavendra Swamiji, what type of rescue that he can do for us, people will think otherwise. So all the people through the history are calling you as the rescuer, the savior of everything. Please save him. When he was actually scratching his head towards Vrindavana, a big iron nail which was actually planted on the top of the Vrindavana to place the garland every day, to tie the garland, that a small iron nail was actually kept there, that fell down. And Swamiji immediately thought, it is not falling down of the nail, it is Swami Raghavendra himself has given that as the answer for his cry, prayer. So immediately he took that and handed over to the mechanics, told them to open it from that ordinary nail. They laughed at this. This has been prepared and manufactured with extraordinary specifications. They are giving just an ordinary nail, it cannot. You tell, it is given by Raghavendra Swamiji. When they put it and turned it, automatically it opened. And by the time both of them were so unconscious, within a short span of time they were brought back to normalcy. And that day onwards, Raja Guracharya took a decision, took an oath, from this day onwards my life and my future is completely dedicated to the feet and service of the Raghavendra Swamiji. He did it exactly. He did not involve in any of the activities. He started writing so many works on Raghavendra Swamiji, and all the works of Raghavendra Swamiji he has actually written in Sanskrit, in Kannada, and so many languages. Now it has been translated to different languages in the world. And Puttige Swamiji, who is instrumental in starting Raghavendra Swamiji in Los Angeles, in New Jersey, in Phoenix, in Toronto, and all the other places, why Puttige Swamiji is specially selected, why he is so powerful. He is so powerful because he has been blessed by his Guru. Who is his Guru? It is Vidyamanya Tirtha Swamiji of Balamara Math, who is called as Saint of the Century. Entire Udupi Ashtamanta Swamijis they declared, if there is one Swamiji who can be officially declared as Saint of the Century, Sage of the Century, it is Vidyamanya Swamiji of Balamara Math, who is the direct Guru of Puttige Swamiji. Myself and my wife, we were there in Ghatikachala in Tamil Nadu one day for the Aradhana of his Guru. Puttige Swami's Guru is Vidyamanya. His Guru's Aradhana he performed. We went there was no rush. We were talking very closely to the Guru of Puttige Swamiji, Vidyamanya Swamiji. I just asked casually, with a lot of interest, you are Udupi Math Swamiji, and you are senior Swamiji for all the estimates, and you are the Guru for all the Swamijis here, including for even Pejawar Swamiji is the Guru. You are the master, mountain of the knowledge, and what type of bhakti? Can I ask this question? Do you have real bhakti in Raghavendra Swamiji? Because millions of people consider you as a Raghavendra Swamiji. Today, millions of people in the world consider him as Raghavendra Swamiji. That is the mystical power he has got, that is the knowledge he has got, is the mountain of knowledge. And all the Ashtavat Swamijis are his Shishyas, imagine the level. Puttige Swamiji himself has done so much of mystical things, and imagine his Guru. And I am asking that Guru, do you have bhakti in Raghavendra? Immediately, smilingly, innocently, he said, our family was there, he said, it is not merely I have the bhakti in Raghavendra. Today, if I have any Shakti, it is because of that bhakti. And he narrated many incidents. I just give two incidents. One is that once Karnataka, Akila Karnataka, all Karnataka Brahmins Association was started then, and they fixed the date of inauguration. They wanted this Swamiji, who is the senior most among all the Swamijis, to come and inaugurate it. And they came and they requested. After so many years, Brahmins are having infighting and all that. For the first time they are coming, and it is being inaugurated. And from your hands it should be inaugurated. You are the greatest Swamiji, Swamiji of the century. And at any cost you should not miss on that day. And if you are not coming on that day, that itself is a bad omen, and it may not come up at all. So you should not miss at all. Then he said, no, at any cost I will not miss. But what happened? Within a short span of time, from Delhi, a group of people came and they told that in Delhi we are starting Raghavendra Math with Krishna Raghavendra Math, and Pejavaru Swamiji and yourself, both of you should come and do the Pratishtha on the same day. Then he said, already I have committed that. No, without you we cannot, and that is a very precious day, auspicious day, you have to come. Then Pejavaru Swamiji interfered and Pejavaru Swamiji gave one solution. What is that? We will go earlier day. The morning itself, within 8:30, we will finish off the Pratisthapana. You will finish off the Bhiksha, everything, Puja, Bhiksha, everything within 10:30. In 12:30, there is a flight from Delhi to Bangalore. We will have the ticket for that. Come back by 2:30. Then take relax up to 4:30. 5 o'clock you go to the function. So you will start studying both there. Then after getting confirmation, after getting confirmed tickets, Swamiji agreed and he went to Delhi. Then after the puja, after the bhiksha, then time was running out. So some hotel proprietor brought Swamiji and his Shishya in the car to the airport. And in the car, he said that it is already time, you go and show this and give the boarding pass, you go inside without your parking and without waiting. That hotel proprietor brought him in the car, he went out. And the Shishya and Swamiji came to the gate, they got the boarding pass and they come to the security gate. Once Sardarji was there in the security gate, Sardarji asked, I want to open that box which you are having. That is Devara Pettige, in which the original Saligrama and original Devata Murti, which that Swamiji was actually worshipping, was there. And he is such an orthodox and traditional Swamiji, never allowed anybody to touch it except himself. Now this Sardarji was hell-bent that he has to inspect it personally. Then Swamiji point blank told that no, I will not give it to you. Then he said, I will not allow you. For 20 minutes this type of zigzag war. Then finally Swamiji told, I cannot give, I will not show it to you. Then he became suspicious. When he is openly challenging, he is not showing that something. So without examining that, I will not allow. There's already time. Then they said that they are closing the door. Immediately in front of Swamiji told, in front of me the pictures of all those office bearers, president, secretary who came and were begging me, at any cost you should be present on that day. You should not miss. And if you are not coming, then it will not come up and the tinsel will be fizzling out, thinking it will be inauspicious. So you must make it. Then he told, always in my Devara Pettige, I will be having the Murtika of Raghavendra Swamiji. He revealed and that also always in my Devara Pettige, I will be having the Murtika of Raghavendra Swamiji. Immediately I opened it, I just took part of it and placed it at my eyes and I made the prayer then and then. Now this is an acid testing time for me, you have to take care of me. See that I am going to cross this. Within the next minute, he is just thinking of Raghavendra. Within the next minute, a lady airport officer came there and she was asking that security fellow, why you are making this Swamiji stand here, what is the problem? Said that she is not showing that to me. Don't bother about all that, which flight? He said flight, they has already closed the door. Immediately the lady officer took the telephone and informed the pilot to open the door and asked the apologist to Swamiji and took the Swamiji and the Shishya up to the airport, up to the aircraft and there within the aircraft also she came. She made two people to change their seats and the whole seat was, all the three seats were provided to them and she asked apologies. She returned. This is one incident he said. Another incident he narrated, he was sitting for Chaturmasya in North India and after the end of the Chaturmasya, he wanted to go to Calcutta. While going, there was a city called, old city called Dhanbad and there Kashi Gopalacharya arranged for the puja, bhiksha, everything in the morning because it was a long distance. He went there performing puja. Nobody came, no local people know about Swamiji because Gopalacharya told somebody organized Kalyana Mandapam. Then one industrialist and his wife, knowing that Swamiji has come, they had come. And when after the performance of the puja, when he was given tirtha, that industrialist wife fell at the feet of Swamiji and prayed. I am having this white patches since last 3 months. I was so beautiful. Since last 3 months, I don't want any food, I don't want to live and I have developed so much depression and virtually I am dying. And one of my friends one of my friends, who is the wife of the auditor in our company, has given the photograph of Raghavendra Swamiji, and now they have telephoned that we have come, and you are Raghavendra, you are going to remove all these problems on my face, you must protect me, you must see that these white patches are removed, you are Raghavendra Swamiji. Then Swamiji told her, pleaded with her that I am not Raghavendra. But she believed, she trusted, you are Raghavendra Swamiji, you are avoiding. Then Swamiji told, he opened his box, took that mrittika and gave that to lady, asked the lady, you consume the tirtha made of this mrittika every morning once for 30 days. He went to Calcutta, then in Calcutta he had more than 1.5 months of huge programs. It was a historic program. Books are also published on this program. He was coming back in the same direction, and the same arrangement was made in Dhanbad. While he was coming back, he could not believe one mile full of pandal was there, huge reception committee, a lot of Vadya Ghosha to bring him, a lot of scholars are receiving him, and thousands of people are welcoming him. Huge stage was organized for him. He was asking innocently, what is the program, who is coming? Then they said, it is for you, we have organized. The Swamiji was made to sit at the Simhasana. Then both the industrialist and his wife, they are coming, they presented everything, and industrialist was crying virtually. Raghavendra Swamiji came and he gave that mrittika. For 30 days we applied, everything has gone. Then Swamiji told, I just gave this as a Raghavendra mrittika. She believed I am Raghavendra, thinking that, believing that, having the faith he is Raghavendra. That's sorted the problem. Have faith in Raghavendra, everything will solve, everything will sort out. He has given it one. So very recently, one of my friend, very recent thing, if anybody is going in December in Bangalore, you can see and experience. One of my friends called Guru Shesha, he had given so many books to all the people, they were asking them, you read Guru Om Sri Raghavendra, Om Sri Raghavendra, Om Sri Raghavendra. Now a lot of people have written the books, so much of books. He brought all the books in the house, people have blasted him. So many books, we don't have place in the house, keep anyway somewhere. Then he requested one of the villager to give some space in the field. And that villager, he was afraid this fellow will be bringing heaps of that. So he gave one small piece in his land, you can keep it there. So small temporary shed was organized. All the books in which thousands of devotees have written Om Sri Raghavendra Namaha, it was kept there, and that itself formed into a Vrindavana. And immediately, just like when that Kavi Shati, he placed that, then he started, he himself was performing namaskara for that. Whatever he was asking, everything started coming there. Then a lot of people came that thinking that it's a Vrindavana, and anything that was that they were requesting, praying, it was happening. Then he called me, I went there, it looked almost like a Vrindavana. Inside, it was Om Sri Raghavendra written by more than thousands and thousands and thousands of devotees. It's just books, structured in the form of the Vrindavana, placed with this Kavi Shakti, performing puja as if it is a Vrindavana. Then I also felt that there is a vibration there. Immediately I was giving the mystical experiences of Raya Mahima in Suvarna TV. Every day I was giving it. Before the coming of Raghavendra Vaibhava, for 15 minutes every day. One day I narrated this. Immediately it became popular. Then TV9 people, they went and they showed that. Now the situation is, every day 50 buses are carrying the bhaktas to that place. It has become a huge place of celebration. And anybody who goes and asks for anything, they are going to have it. Raghavendra Mahima, unparalleled, huge Mahima. But one great Mahima is Puttige Swamiji, who has not gone out of South Kendra, has not gone out of Karnataka, has come all the way up to North America, come to Canada, Toronto, established this organization, and it is blessed in one way. His Guru, Puttige Swami, his Guru himself is Ravadat Raghavendra Swami Bhakta. Puttige Swami is one of the mystical Swamijis who has done extraordinary mystical accomplishments. He is a great Bhakta of Raghavendra Swamiji. And Sushmendra Swamiji is nothing but a moving Raghavendra Swamiji. Every second of his life and every breathing was Rayuru, Raghavendra, Raghavendra. and from his personal hands it has been, the photo has been handed over to Sujata with the blessing that take it, whatever you think it's going to happen, and it happened today. So you are going to have a great Sannidhanam here, Raghavendra Sannidhana. Much more than that, the priests, Pratima and Sannidhyam, Archakasita Bhavala, the priests were all doing the worshipping here, very innocent, and Vedic scholars and non-commercial type of people. It is a very orthodoxy, very traditional type of real scholar priests, and from their Archana Sannidhana comes, from your Bhakti Sannidhana comes, and Raghavendra Swami is the only Guru. Whoever you are, whosoever you are, wherever you are, just have the bhakti that gives you Shakti, and anything that you ask, you are going to get it. It is my personal experience. Have the bhakti in Raghavendra. Come there, fall at the feet of Raghavendra. Ask anything. You will fetch it, you will get it, you will grasp it, you will enjoy it, you will experience it. But only thing is to conceive that idea that he is the great Guru, and you have to believe and have the faith in him, then you will achieve and accomplish everything. Conceive, believe, you will achieve, and it's going to become the biggest organization. This is my vision, I tell you. Outside India, if there is going to be one of the greatest Raghavendra centers, it is this Toronto Raghavendra Center. Because it is not the Jayagravika also is great. Sannidhana, why I am telling. Sannidhana and the real bhaktas are here. It spreads like wildfire. And tell your people, tell the other bhaktas, let them come on Saturday, let them come on Sunday, let them come on Thursday, have the bhakti here, and let them make the prayer, and whatever they pray, they will be getting the benefit of it. So with these few words, my special thanks to Pratikesh Swamiji, and my special thanks to Sujata Narasimha and the family, my special thanks to all the archaks, the priests here, and particularly all those who are listening to the Bhagavata from the day one till today. I am extremely thankful to them. I pray God to bless all of you with health, happiness. I pray the Raghavendra Swamiji in particular to bless all of you with the great future, with very good health, with happiness, with peace of mind, with progress, with plenty, and with prosperity. With these things, I just conclude today's program. We will have tomorrow, 7 o'clock, we are having continuation of Bhagavata programs. If anybody is interested in having the Vishnu Sahasranama book, this is the book. This book is available in English. It's a very great book. It is considered as the best book on Vishnu Sahasranama in English. This book is available. And if anybody wants the CDs on Vishnu Sahasranama and CDs on the secrets of super success, great values, personality development, all the CDs are also available. Those who are interested can have it.
दक्षिण पदे पदे पापोहं पापन्माहं पापात्मावापं वा याहि मा कृपया देव शरणागतवत्सदाम् अन्यदा शरणं नास्ति तमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन त्वां पुरुषोत्तमां प्रथमतारां समर्पयामि इंद्रत्रेटा द्रविणादेः तिन्दप्रथमत्वमस्मै ॐ ह्रीणामृतिं दोनात्मात्मानं मानवतृन्नां सह साख्रेण दशारयणायुडाविडारमेनं
Hare